Enable notifications by ringing the bell.
I don't know how to begin this one. I was going to say, you haven't introed one all night. You want to give it a shot?
I mean, I think clever to say.
That's fine. You don't have to. I just try to do. Because that's just what I'm known for, right. I guess.
Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Cobra Kai, and we're excited about it.
Oh yeah.
This is episode 3.
Esqueleto.
Esqueleto?
Yeah. Esqueleto.
I don't speak Spanish.
Esqueleto. I think it's a skeleton. Yeah.
Right. Well, I assume because it had the old school skeleton costumes from the.
That was the thumbnail.
They had their little skull gang back in the day, and Miyagi whooped up on them. So.
Oh yeah, which. It's kind of it's a funny throwback.
This little bit of nostalgia cheese to chow down on.
Of course. Well, honestly, dude, I love that stuff. I love the nostalgia that they play with in this, and I love that they're not over reliant on it, but they realize how important it is.
Sure.
They realize how important it is to a lot of people because people grew up with the Karate Kid.
Mm-hmm.
As like me, even though the Karate Kid, is seen by a lot of people as cheesy nowadays, it's just like, yeah, but I still love it.
I mean, 80s were sort of cheesy a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, you see some of the shit people wear in the 80s, and you're like, ooh.
When you're fighting a crack epidemic, you need a little cheese in your life.
Jesus.
Well,
not just a crack epidemic, but an AIDS epidemic as well.
Just cheese fixes everything. Just put some cheese on it.
Yeah, put some cheese on it.
Oh, maybe not.
No.
Maybe not.
No, not really. Oh God.
Anyway, but I super like the first two, so.
Oh yeah.
I'm convinced this is going to be good, and.
Oh, I'm liking the characters too. I like that the characters are varied, and that we're actually getting.
It's quite multi-layered now.
Yeah, and well, you see the characters are a lot more. There's a lot more variety with the characters now, and you're also getting a much more nuanced story.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting a lot more to it instead of just like kid moves to town, kid gets bullied, kid fights back, bullies fight back. And then kid learns karate from ancient teacher and all that. And now we're actually getting like a pretty interesting plot line with a new kid who is instead of he got bullied and everything, but at the same time he's taking a more forward approach to wanting a more and he's I will say this, I think the kid in this one is actually a lot more laid back than Daniel LaRusso, because Daniel LaRusso is pretty hot-headed.
Yeah, and he's also not as whiny because Daniel LaRusso, he fought Miyagi tooth and nail about the work he was doing. This kid, I mean, he's kind of like,
he's a hard worker.
This stinks, but he just works hard. I mean,
well, yeah, and plus he's getting immediate instruction for his work, whereas with Daniel with Miyagi, he wasn't getting anything. He felt like he wasn't getting anything, but by doing the moves over and over again and practicing repetition-wise, he learned the basic moves, and it's like wax on, hey-ya! Wax off, hey-ya! Show me, paint the fence, hey-ya! Hey-ya! And it's just shows him basic defense tactics like that. It's almost similar to the 360-degree defense that Krav Maga employs. Have you ever seen the demonstrations of it? It's just
I've seen some Krav Maga stuff, but I'm not pretty familiar with it.
Krav Maga, they always keep their hands they always try to keep their hands at an angle to where they can deflect anything that's coming in. They use palm strike techniques to fend off knees and kicks and everything, and they also use their knees to defend against low kicks and everything. They use a little bit of redirection. It's really cool stuff. Krav Maga is to me, it's one of the Mossad uses it, and they're one of the best counter-terrorist units in the world. So, what do you say to that? What can you say to that other than wow? But anyway, we have episode 3 queued up here. This one, so let's give it a watch.
Miguel, ven a poner la mesa para la cena. Miguel! Oh, I'll be right there. Almost finished. Tocándose.
Oh,
Oh,
gross.
dude, no.
You want a Deadpool costume? We'll make you a Deadpool costume.
No, yo no soy maquilladora.
Oh.
Oh, Miggy, what happened to your hand?
Tú no quieres saber.
It's like, look, I've heard of furiously beating it, but
How'd you bruise your knuckles? I don't understand.
that's what I'm saying. I don't know how you can furiously beat your, choke the chicken whilst hurting your hand. I don't understand that.
The next time he's around, you corner him and you whisper in his ear, if you get her pregnant, you're the one that's getting the abortion.
Wait, what?
Louis, what?
Jungle Fever, the movie. John Turturro says that to, what's his name? The black guy with the tax problems, kills all the vampires. Blade.
Wesley Snipes, yeah.
Parental advice, Louis, but I don't think threatening a teenager is the go-to move here.
No, Daniel, don't listen to him. This is how porn stars are created. We're already in the valley.
Whoa, easy.
Fix some video.
Fix a video. Where is it? It's on my mind.
Guys, it's my
Guys,
daughter.
come on.
I'm just gonna talk to Sam, let her live her life.
After some kids online made fun of his facial deformity.
Bruh, why you, oh
But
God,
today,
why you do
our
that?
goal here is to make this school a
Wow.
safe space for all students.
Oh my
I'm
God.
sick of getting bullied. My karate dojo's looking for recruits.
Well, I want meth and a burrito.
You can spend it on whatever you want. That's how money works.
It's true.
Got it?
Got it.
You can spend it on whatever you want. That's how money works.
Meth and a burrito.
Wow, he's doing like
got the
old
headband
school. He's going old school.
It's never too late to learn how to kick ass.
Wow. Yeah, that headband doesn't do anything out there, dude. During competition, yeah, it's logical to have it on to, keep sweat from getting in your eyes.
I'd have kept it on.
I'll be out in a minute.
Well, you got to own it, you know?
Don't do it. Oh, here we go.
Bruh, don't. No. Don't do it. Don't do it.
That was my mom.
Yeah, man.
Call her back later.
Hey, was that just...
Rat?
Yeah.
Awesome, right?
Yeah.
I went online and looked up Guns N' Roses and ended up going on this whole 80s rock rabbit hole. That shit is dope.
Yes.
How do I think with my legs? Well, you just,
Oh, God.
Use those legs. Kick your way out.
Come on.
Shit.
There's actually something in swimming class that we,
Drowning is for pussies, all right? Don't be a pussy. Use your legs.
Gosh. Drowning is for pussies. Nice. Very nice.
10 minutes. Yeah. Hey, what the hell are you doing? Oh shit, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Security guard finds a kid and pulling his hands tied.
Run.
Run.
Show my mom what I did to those boards.
Don't be.
You can't be here. I'm serious.
I know you're serious.
I'm leaving right now.
He just doesn't care.
Oh. Oh, gosh. Wrong.
All right, hey, that's enough. Come on.
Dad, what are you doing?
No. You don't understand.
Oh, no. What did she do?
Oh.
Oh, you bitch. You nasty bitch. Okay. That girl is in desperate need. That girl's in desperate need of a slap in the face by that girl. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh, he struck first. Dude, follow through, man. Come on.
Pick him up. Come on, guy. Get him. You're a dead man.
Oh. Damn, dude. Oh, really? That's where you end that?
Of course that's where they're going to leave it hanging.
God. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Oh, well. Well, honestly, he struck first. He was doing good, but you got to follow through, man. I mean, when it's odds were against him anyway. 4-on-1 is kind of, bad hand to be dealt.
Well, I mean, he sort of let his emotions take the reins a little bit. That was probably not a good scenario because
No, I honestly, striking first has its advantages. An element of surprise and all that, but striking first doesn't always bode well because, okay, first off, like I said, the scenario 4-on-1, it's never fun to be outnumbered.
Right.
It's just like these guys on the football team were trying to chase me down and all that, and I evaded them for long enough until the coaches got there, but they kept it up for like half the season. They were trying to corner me and like kick the shit out of me. Well, reason why is because one of them's a team captain and I made him look bad. I knew the plays better than he did, and when it came to head and carry versus tackle, when I carried the ball, I didn't just run over him. I ran through him. Like literally, I outweighed him by like 30, 40 pounds. And I busted through him and he went flying off to the side, and the coach was just like, "All right, Helen, all right. Nice job, son." And pretty soon, because here's the thing, the whole mentality about, seniors get, top position every time, contrary to athletic ability or will to play. I couldn't count the times I'd kicked the shit out of everybody on the field in terms of like playing the game, but I never got to start because there was always a senior above me in the pecking order. And this guy was, he was a 2-year starter. He'd started his sophomore year and he went all the way up into his senior year, and I was beating him pretty much off the grind every time my sophomore year. And I think he was afraid I was going to take his position away from him and to sort of demoralize me. And I went to the coaches and told them, that they're doing this, and and they said, "Oh, we'll handle it." They didn't do anything. They never did a damn thing. But it's just that mentality always irritated me, and he always sought to come after me with either one or two of his boys with him.
Sure.
Instead of facing me 1-on-1. I don't know. I guess maybe he thought that would teach me a lesson. He needed a friend or somebody else to kick the shit out of me. I don't know. It's weird how people think like that, like the whole pack mentality. I think the pack mentality in a lot of ways is bullshit, because whenever you face somebody 1-on-1, that to me is just signifies that you're capable, you're a capable individual on your own. Like if I face down somebody that that I feel that is threatening me or something like that, and I get the shit kicked out of me, that's fine. Hell, I've been on the end of ass whoopings before, but honestly, why come at somebody with your friends? Why come at somebody and have them if I was with my friend, honestly, Micah, if there was an altercation between me and somebody and you were there with me, beside me, I wouldn't drag you into it. I wouldn't willingly ask you to butt in on my behalf.
It depends on what was going on.
Okay, say for instance, somebody's mad at me because, here's a scenario, somebody's mad because I'm they don't like how I operate business, and they want to teach me a lesson or something like that.
Well, that's you didn't violate anyone's property rights, so they best keep on stepping, or it's not gonna be good.
Watch out, everyone. We got
Just
a badass
saying,
over
I'm
here.
just saying, like, I mean, it's like if somebody's just being a moron, I'm not gonna put up with that.
Oh no, like I'm saying, man. I mean, I don't think I'll be in a scenario like that because most people, when they see me, like people who don't know me, they see me and they're like, oh, he's a big guy. Like,
most people see me think I'm like got a bunch of dynamite under my jacket or something. So
they think you're the Unabomber. Oh God, me I haven't ran into any issues like that since I've been out of high school. Like, I've never ran into a scenario where somebody is just like always after me or trying to belittle me or trying to like get the better of me. And I like that. I don't have to deal with that anymore.
I mean, I never really saw that stuff in high school. I mean, I couldn't put my finger on it. I assume it happened. I wasn't aware of like, anybody running around like trying to fight each other for. No, I mean, fights did happen, but it wasn't like a chronic bullying issue that I was aware of. But I just missed out on all this stuff.
Well, honestly, I did what my dad said, and I fought back a few times, and he said usually they'll leave you alone. Because here's the thing about people on the football team. People on the football team are aggressive. They, especially when you're trying to take something from them that they feel is rightfully theirs. I hate. Look, would you agree that if it were a job, say, best person should get the job? The best person for the job should get the job?
That's usually how you make money in business, is the most efficient person performs the task. I mean...
Well, yeah. Well, if you were... I'm not saying you would ever stoop to doing this, but if you coached a team, and there was somebody who showed better, better playing ability, actually knew the plays by heart, and all that over... he was a sophomore, but there was a senior who had that position for 2 years, but yet every time he was getting beaten off the line by the other person, what would you do?
I have no idea. Honestly, high school's a social experiment. I wouldn't really give a crap if they won games or not. I mean, it's just part of like the life experience. I mean,
no, I get that.
But I mean, apparently that's a big thing though, because people will go to college based on how they perform in sports. So
hell, people get paid like exorbitant amounts of money just because they can throw a ball faster than everybody else.
Right. I mean,
or they can run faster than everybody else.
So I feel like that's the thing is the whole college thing. If people are handing out jobs based on how they perform in high school or college or whatever, like, I think that really needs to be its own thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Your train of thought derailed?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't really know sports. I don't really care about that stuff. So I don't know what I'm trying to say.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, okay. In terms of like, okay, do you do competition for your
no.
Nope. Dojo? Or okay,
Nope.
Do they do competition
Nope.
or anything? No, they don't.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess you're just not ultra competitive.
There are people way better than me, but I'm the ranking student because I've been there longer. I mean, so it's like I respect the seniority thing because honestly, to me, high school doesn't matter. It's not important.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
So as part of like the social experiment, I'd say, the seniority thing, because if it's a guy's last year versus a guy's still got 2 years to go, but then from like a logistical business standpoint, if people are depending on this for like a career, yeah, it should be the best team you can make. So,
well, yeah,
is winning games that important? I mean, I guess coaches, because see, our coaches were teachers.
Ours weren't. Our two of our assistant coaches were, but the primary coach and the one coach who wasn't, they actually were paid to come in and coach.
See, we didn't have that. Even though, I mean, when I was in high school, our football team was pretty awesome. I mean, as far as I could tell. I mean,
well, yeah, ours was. Let's see. When I came in, our team was awesome. When I left, our team sucked.
Because I mean, their careers didn't hinge on them winning games. They were teachers, and they just did coaching.
Yeah.
So it really mattered. I mean, so I guess everything depends. I I can't really answer that question.
That's fine. It's fine. Well, honestly, for me, stuff like that always annoyed the hell out of me. Like school culture. And also the pack mentality. There's a bunch of stuff that factors into like school life, period. That honestly, to me, just makes little to no sense. And like you said, high school is kind of a social experiment.
Pretty much. I mean, it's just all formative school. I mean, through elementary through high school is a social experiment, and then college is basically your induction into debt slavery. So, I mean,
oh God, yeah. Well, I'm glad that I don't have to deal with that anymore. Like, I paid off all my student loan debts, and I'm just like, whew, thank God. But honestly, I just tried my best, and I guess to some people out there, my best was, infringing upon their comfort, I guess. I don't know.
I just think it's weird. I think it would be ideal if there wasn't so much pressure for people to perform in sports in high school, or if like they could keep that separate in like a private league thing, where it wasn't like, based on counties or cities or whatever, how big the population size was and the resources they can scrape up from said population size.
Well, okay.
Because
I see what you mean.
then you could separate, the education from, the
from
performance
the athletics.
Yeah. So if it was, like some sort of separate enterprise where you could like, hey, it only matters how good you are,
Okay.
Instead of like this bizarre like social experiment.
I hear you. Well, just for me, I felt like everything that happened to me in high school, I don't know. Maybe it could have been avoided if I just didn't play football. There's a lot of things that I look back on and I wish I would have never done. Like, for instance, I wish I'd have never played football. I wish I'd have never taken up football and I just stayed in gymnastics. Well, I wish because I was good at gymnastics.
Did you play football as a junior or senior?
No. Well, actually, my junior year, I quit.
Okay.
The start of my junior year, I quit because from what I was seeing, they were going to pull the same stuff again with another student who wasn't only like really weak, he was dumb as hell, and the only reason he got the position was because his dad was an assistant coach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's it. But
see, to me, like, I wouldn't care because it's high school football. To me, like, that doesn't matter.
Well, at first I liked it because my dad hyped it up so much.
Right.
Because my dad played football. My dad in high school was a primo jock, even though he wasn't like the typical bully jock that you see. He was like he told me one time, like, in high school, he said there were times that I regretted my actions because I ostracized somebody, but after seeing what happened, I stopped. I stopped because I didn't like the fact that I was hurting people, that I was like that I didn't do that happened. But for me, I saw that was going to happen again my junior year, and I thought things maybe would change now that he was gone, but it was just more small town, oh, my kid's got to be starting line on football. It's like, I'm done. Screw this. Because I dumped a whole lot of my life into football, from 3rd grade up until 11th grade. I dumped a whole lot of my, I gave up almost every other extracurricular activity I had going on. And honestly, at first, when I was about 7th or 8th grade, me and my dad, we made a promise to each other. Like my dad would work out with me, and I'd put on weight to be better at football. And I did. Me and my dad, we worked out that summer, and I put on a whole bunch of muscle, and I went from a string bean, I don't know, if I was lucky, fully clothed, I was 200 pounds. At 6'1", 6'2", around the time, to about 250 to 260 pounds. Yeah, and a lot of it was muscle mass that I gained, but I put on a lot of weight. And as I got older, I kept gaining weight. It completely wrecked my metabolism because I went from eating like eating at a normal pace to accelerated eating, like high calorie eating to sustain.
Got to eat a lot to lift weights. It's terrifying.
Well, for high output, yeah. That's what my dad wanted. My dad wanted high output.
Oh, I've seen. I'm around a lot of weightlifters pretty regularly, and it's terrifying. I would get sick of eating that much.
Yeah, well, I did that, and it messed up my metabolism. It completely just derailed me. And after I stopped working out, I look the way I do. And whilst I still got the size and everything, I feel like I feel like I could have done more with my life and not be injured as much as like my knee, my shoulders, my hand, like all of those injuries are from football. And if I wouldn't have done that and I would have stayed in gymnastics, well, I mean, who knows? If I would have stayed in gymnastics, I might have, fallen off. I might have like botched a back handspring and broken my neck. Who knows? But I will say this: when I was in gymnastics, I was as like honestly, I could do the basket, like lean back, like and I could actually wrap my legs around my chin right here, and someone could come by, pick up, and carry me across. That was actually like an exercise that I did just for the hell of it. Like I'd have like either one or two people like lift me up by my where my neck and my feet were combined, and they'd carry me across the floor on the mats. And it was interesting. It was fun. I also was like here's the thing. I got really tall. I like accelerated in height. I went from I think 6th grade, I went from like 5 foot tall to 5'9" within the span of 8 months.
Wow. And
in that time, that's where I was still doing gymnastics and football around the same time, and then eventually I just stopped. Eventually I just stopped going to gymnastics and dedicated myself to football because my dad told me, you can only do one, son. You can't do both. And I'm like, all right, so I guess I had a decision to make. And my dad was just like, football, 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 football. Like always in my ear, just whispering football. And I was just like, all right, I'll stick with football, much to my mother's dismay. Because at this time, this is where my parents were divorced and everything.
Oh.
And my mom was egging me on to stay with gymnastics, and my dad was egging me on to stay with football. And yeah, I stuck with football instead of gymnastics, and I regret it because because I put on a lot of weight and I hurt myself a lot playing football. So just a lesson. You can play football if you want, just prepare to be injured. That's all I'm going to say. Even the best of all time are have a laundry list of injuries from impact. It's just like Peyton Manning. I guarantee you Peyton Manning 20 years from now, his neck's going to be he's not going to be able to move his neck without it popping and snapping. But hey, it is what it is. All right, well, that's going to do it. This was Cobra Kai episode 3, Esqueleto. And hey, if you enjoyed it, let us know in the comments down below. If you want us to keep doing this series, we'll probably keep doing it anyway because I'm having fun. Mm-hmm. I'm liking this a lot. So I guess until next time, signing off, I'm Nate.
Micah.
And we'll see you later, everyone. Peace out.